This is NHTV2, North Haven Government Television, a service of North Haven Community Television. The following program is brought to you through the support of the Town of North Haven.
Good evening and welcome to the October 24th, 2023 meeting of the Board of Police Commissioners for the Town of North Haven. My name is Larry Lazaro, the chairman. To my left is Commissioner Hannon. To my right is our Secretary, Mark Calafiore. To his right is Commissioner Alden Mead. I'd like to ask for an approval of the minutes of September 26, 2023 meeting, both regular and executive session, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any correspondences?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have three pieces of correspondence tonight. The first one is from Mr. Charles W. Sherwood. He's the director of the South Central Criminal Justice Administration. He wants to thank Chief Glenn for allowing Detective Paul Lakaitis to serve as a panelist at the promotional assessment center in Clinton Police Department. So thank you, Chief. Thank you, Paul Lakaitis. Secondly, this is from a resident, Amanda Gabriel. This is back in June, but we just got this, and she just wants to thank Chief Glenn again and his staff. Just want to send a quick note saying thanks for you and your whole team always being calm, kind, and caring professionals. Today, the day was a big day. Your team was involved apparently with the torch run and the Pride event. So she wants to thank you and your men and women of the police department. Lastly, this is from Mrs. Joan Sullivan, and this is directed to Mr. Mike Frieda, as well as you. And she just wants to thank Mike Frieda, his staff, and your staff regarding issues that had been going on at the North Haven Fairgrounds, but apparently this year, back in May, specifically, there was a rodeo held there, and there was no issues at all. Apparently, there was some noise issues in the past, and apparently Mr. Frieda and the police department and staff addressed it, and it was all good. The sound level was much more acceptable. So thank you very much from Joan Sullivan. And that is it.
Awesome. Thank you. For Chairman's report, I'll be very brief. I'd like to ask, I've been getting several complaints about the traffic signal at Washington Avenue and Blakesley. I know it's a state road there. Who do you contact to change the timing? Because everybody's saying you get two cars going through it and then that's it. And it's very frustrating for these people, especially the additional businesses over there. So I've had a lot of people complain about that. We've had a rise in vehicle break-ins. I'm sure the chief will talk about that to see if we can solve some of these issues. Just making everybody aware that we're going to Halloween, and please be careful when you're driving and make sure your children are well dressed and lit and protected. And also, the walkers and joggers in the morning, it's pretty dark out, and a lot of times I see them as I'm going to work. It's dark out, and you really can't see them. So please try to be a little bit more proactive and put some clothing on that's reflective or carry a flashlight. And lastly, as we always talk about, just lock your cars, your sheds, your homes. We have to help ourselves. And that would be it. I'll turn it over to the chief.
Thank you. I'll be very brief also, as we have an extended executive session tonight. Starting with the budget, at the end of September, we were at 23.9% expended. That's under our self-imposed limits, so we're in good shape. Throughout October, we stayed on track, so it's still early in the fiscal year, but we're in good shape as far as the budget goes. Under traffic, I have nothing for the commission to consider as far as signage or intersections. We're still participating in the South Central Regional Traffic Enforcement Team. That team is the 6 towns that we participate with coming into North Haven, as well as the other 5 towns to do traffic enforcement. It's been a positive effort for us. Over the last few months, we were able to add 1 officer as we increased staffing, 1 more officer to our traffic division, which allows us to handle motor vehicle accidents, funeral escorts, all these traffic surveys that we do, as well as traffic enforcement. So we're happy about that. Under training, you can refer to your packets. There was extensive training held throughout September that was reported to you. Under the Uniform Services Division, calls for service at the end of September. Year to date, we were at just over 19,800 compared to just over 22,000 the previous year. So we're tracking slightly lower as far as all-around cost for service. Motor vehicle stops are up this year at 1481 compared to 1366. Citations issued, this is a motor vehicle summons or an infraction, are at 491 compared to 476. So about the same, but just slightly above. Motor vehicle accidents are slightly down at 705 this year compared to 782. Total arrests are at 276 compared to 264, so right around the same. Vehicle thefts are at 50 compared to 53 the previous year. And vehicle burglaries are slightly down at 165 compared to 185 the same time last year. Next month, it's going to be a slightly different picture. As the chairman reported, October has been very busy for us, especially the last 2 weeks. Since we met last, we've had 70 vehicle burglaries, 6 stolen cars, 4 burglaries to either a house or a business, and 3 attempted burglaries to homes. So we've increased staffing, especially during the overnight hours from 12 to 4. We've been offering overtime to staff that time period. That's where we honed in as in regards to when most of that activity is occurring. We're using federal grant funding to staff those 4 hours each night. Captain Wozniak, who oversees our Uniform Services Division, did a quick analysis regarding the crimes over the past month to narrow down time frames, days of the week, and locations as well, so we can focus our staffing in the appropriate areas. And as you all know, and hopefully we continue to get support going into the preparation for budget season for next fiscal year, we're going to pursue more police positions, funding for more officers in North Haven. I know you've always been very supportive of that, the community in general supportive. Hopefully we continue and keep that momentum going because it's needed for sure. Other than that, I have no request for the Benary Scholarship, and everything else is for executive session.
Awesome. Any questions, anyone? So as the chief stated, we have an extensive executive session this evening. So with that being said, can I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for discussion of personnel matters?
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor? Okay, we are back now in open session after having executive session discussions about interviews. We're prepared to make additional offers in this order to the following candidates. The first offer is to Ashley Torres. The second offer is to Derek Zerbiz. And the third would be to Keith McLaurin. Do I have a motion to propose this based upon satisfying all the background and polygraph, et cetera, conditional offers?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
We also have on the table the promotion. We're going to be promoting the sergeant. Do I have a motion for promotion?
Yeah, make a motion that we promote Officer Anthony Santagata to the position of sergeant to be determined at a future date. So Anthony Santagata for sergeant.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any further business? Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
The preceding program is brought to you in part through a grant from the town of North Haven. Watch town meetings or other videos on demand at nhtv.com.